I'm doing good. I don't like. Oh, the sound doesn't go over my ears. So you can hear me great now.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had the headphones in, but like for a reason, the sound goes via the phone itself. But like if it's okay with the sound, I will do it like this.
Either or, you let me know. I'm using these headphones for some reason. I couldn't find my earpads or
Oh,
my earpods, so I was hoping it wasn't anything on my end.
okay. No, no, no. It's just a phone like for a reason. I had the sound via my head via the ear things, but when this started, it goes over to my speaker. So like, no. If it works, it works, right?
Yes. I mean, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time today. This is amazing. You are savant in your craft, sir. I am loving the stuff you're putting out.
Yeah, thanks. Also thanks for having me. I always like to talk about films, and yeah, it's always a nice like thing to talk to people about it, and yeah, that's
And
that.
and what a universal thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing for, I mean, you're in the Netherlands currently, right?
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
didn't
and,
change
and
my
for
name, so it's
yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, we can be all of this, distance and still have these conversations and dig into, the great thing, that is film. And, to kind of kick things off, yourself being a collector. I am a collector. I
yeah.
love physical media, films. I see all the stuff in the background. What's a couple of recent purchases that you picked up?
Um, I put them next to me just to be prepared. I must say I don't buy
Beautiful.
as much as like back in the day. I say there's still like a lot of junk in between. Like back in the day, we had a rental store. They are out of business like everywhere else. But then they have like sent X rentals, and I always bought a lot. Also, a lot of films. I think, why would you buy that? So now these days, I'm just filtering the bad ones out and get one. So I don't buy as much as used to. But the last couple I got here, one I didn't see yet, but I bought it on a recommendation of a friend. It's called The Love Witch.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay. I'm
You know
familiar.
it?
Hmm. Is
It's
it, is, uh, is it 70s? Is that the one I'm thinking
no,
of?
yeah, it is. No, it's from 2018, but
Oh,
it made to look like
oh,
it's like older. I think. I heard good stories. If I heard he recommended it, I think, oh, no, I'll get it. So
sure
I
thing.
can say
Okay.
what I think about it.
Yeah.
The next one is a movie I really enjoyed, and it was kind of a surprise. It screened here in the cinemas because it is a like a small independent movie, and it got like zero promotion. I was like, oh, this is playing. Oh, because
Mm.
you know Red Letter Media.
I'm familiar. Yeah, I've heard the name
Yeah.
before. Is it through UK?
No, no. It's about a couple guys and like they have like a very big YouTube channel. They do reviews.
Oh
Have
no,
in the back.
I,
It's
I'm
it's ve- it's
sorry.
very
I'm
much fun.
thinking of a story.
I
Okay.
think like they're from yeah they're I think they're set in Michigan. I think, but
Wait,
I'm
who
not
is
sure. But
this?
like they
I'm from Michigan.
Red Letter Media, they are very popular. This is a very big YouTube channel, and they do a lot of like best of the worst. They then review a lot of bad films, but they made two recommendation videos. The last two I watched. One was for Dinner in America, which I also have, but like
Uh-huh.
I purchased it earlier. Fantastic film.
Uh-huh.
But this one was I saw in the cinema. It was Strange
Oh,
Darling.
oh man, loved it.
I really, yeah, I really like it. It's like maybe in the opening credits you don't we see it's shot on film. You don't have to like spell it out in the credits. Like for yeah, you're very good in it. That's like, but it's yeah, but it's like Kyle Garner, who's like he was also Din in America, but also like a very cool actor. Like one of those actors you don't see much in like big stuff, and then yeah, maybe one day it will get this breakthrough role. Like he gets more known as an actor, but
Hmm.
it's like it's very well acted also by the actress. Also, I didn't know her. I was surprised it was shot by Giovanna Ribisi. Like
Hmm.
I know him only as an actor, but apparently
Right.
he also now shoots films.
That movie was
But that was
surprising.
very
I
nice.
loved it.
And the
Yeah,
last one
loved it.
is it's I don't know if you ever heard of this. I would be surprised if you heard of this.
Okay.
Uh, if, it's a way too long title, but it is Jesus shows you the way to the highway. Have you heard of it?
Is that an Arrow release?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've seen the cover art though. There's a local video shop that's close to me, and I always pick that thing up because I'm like, this looks so ridiculous. I feel
It
like at some
it
point, is it good?
is. Yeah, it's not. It's like fun if you know it. Like it's the fun thing. Like last time we have in the Netherlands, we have a film festival called Imagine Film, Fantastic Film Festival. It's like
Hmm.
our the biggest genre film festival in the Netherlands, and also the only one so far. But I met the director over there last when the festival was in the end of October, and I was just
Hmm.
talking to him. Super nice guy. It's a Spanish guy who lives in Estonia, and he makes this film there. And this one, I saw like his newest film, Infinite Summer, is now screened there. It's now going to screen in Fantaspau, but it's a very fun movie. This one is I really enjoyed it, but it's like it's done with a very small budget, so keep that in mind. But it gave me a bit like David Lynch vibe
Oh
stuff,
wow,
but
okay.
but keep in mind it's made with a very small budget.
Same director as Infinite Summer?
Yeah. It's
I
it's
didn't know that. Oh,
and
okay.
it's yeah it's like it's very nice, but it's like it's got some motion in it. It's a bit strange, it's quirky, but like it's maybe not for the general audience, but like for people who like weird stuff and want to watch it. Like I got some really like a lot of more of those films in my collection. It's fun, but yeah, that's how it started with the this collection, and totally
Man,
filtering out the bad and keeping in the films that you don't find on streaming services or yeah.
sure, sure. Do you find yourself buying, kind of updating from DVD to Blu-ray and such, or do you kind of keep your copies? I do, where I keep my copies, and there's a couple things I might buy, a Blu-ray or 4K of, but not a whole
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. I never went over to the 4K stuff. It's like yeah, I must say still I have a quite big TV, and even when I play DVDs, it's still it still doesn't seem I'm like I'm really like this doesn't look well. Like there are a couple DVDs where I think oh okay this clearly isn't a very good version. Then maybe I think about it to get a Blu-ray. I don't have a 4K player. I'm not about to like it's fine how it is.
Yeah.
But like in a lot of cases, when you watch and you don't see the difference, you get used to it. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm not like I think it's a bit of way like don't invest money in that. Like it's a bit of a shame unless someone wants to get rid of a Blu-ray and I don't have it on Blu-ray then but on DVD then I'll think oh I'll take it over and then fine. But I don't. No, I'll keep my DVD. So
Yeah.
it's where it all started for me.
Hey, same thing, same here, and maybe it's a little bit of that nostalgia effect, but there's movies like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where I feel like the DVD is the hot spot. It doesn't lose too much of that grittiness. There's still enough of that picture in the dark moments,
Mhm.
where you're like, okay, like I'm still fine with that. I had a Blu-ray at one point and I'm like, I don't want this, you know?
Just keep it like old school, like yeah. But people are going to buy like are buying VHSs again, and like okay,
Oh
it's like
yeah.
but they're like it has some nostalgia and like with music that people are buying more records again, LP stuff, and
Hmm.
it has like a nostalgia, but like it's not more practical, better sound, but like it's the whole process of it,
Right.
which you don't really have with CDs or something. So like for me, for DVDs and Blu-rays, like it's just like it's not perfect. Like I do notice, like I had a couple of times that certain copies didn't play on my Blu-ray player anymore. So that was quite annoying in certain ways. And yeah, streaming in that way is more easier. But
Convenience.
yeah, but like I don't want to be dependent on every streaming service because a lot of them don't show have that movie or disappears, and that's a bit annoying. And there's also like one film I still want to have on Blu-ray, and I had to have to be creative to eventually seeing that film because it doesn't stream anywhere, and it doesn't. You can like there's no good Blu-ray copy. I found one DVD, found a very bad edition. What I heard, like it's not like I think well, I'm not gonna pay that for something that is very bad, but like it's a movie Possession.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's man that movie was like I hope they're gonna release it one day again on Blu-ray because the movie I wanted it in my collection. It's fantastic. It's just a movie that even though there's a lot of yeah, have you seen it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Madness.
it's madness. it's great, but it also feels like timeless, even though there are a lot of landlines in it and calling. But
Yeah.
like it's the whole thing with the weirdness. Yeah, it could also easily be made one of these days. So the movie is fantastic, but also like you don't. Yeah, if you're in for an easy night, you know, relax. It's not a movie to. Yeah, if you're easily getting anxious, this movie isn't maybe not for you, but it's
Sure.
yeah, it's very good.
I know I've seen different, like I think maybe like a German copy and different things like that, but I don't know if I remember seeing anything of like a bigger, Umbrella or Arrow, something like that release, as far as for that movie. And it's kind of odd because that's one of those movies that people, I mean, constantly and well, I mean, for good reason, rave over. And it's kind of surprising. And I mean, from memory, maybe there is something out there I'm just not thinking of. But there's a lot of boutique labels out there nowadays, to where like seems like a pretty good edition of that should be coming out or in the
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, the one time they got like they released it. What I heard on because they were also reviewed on Red Letter Media. It's like they released one copy via a very unknown distributor, and then it just nothing anymore because they also had to find like had like the stuff to get, and now what I found was a DVD from like a Japanese release, but like it was a very bad copy. What I see us on the review, and I think yeah, it's weird because also like they recut it later. I think that you can watch it on YouTube, but like it's an other cut, and they cut it like it was a horror, like pure horror, and it was like it wasn't done well. It was very
Oh,
weird. It was not good.
oh,
So that's maybe why they left how it is. I have no idea about, but maybe one day they're gonna release it again because yeah, it's a very like if you get a chance to see that film, be sure to watch it.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, now bringing it back a little bit and yourself growing up and you and friends, were you guys making movies when you were younger? Did you have a home video camera or anything like that, or what interests did you guys have?
Now growing up, I was quite of a Einzelganger, so I like for me then like my high school year was more having a Nintendo 64
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah like I was good like really good friends like I still like with my brother and like we played more video games than actually movies. So like I started to making those movies like others started at a young age making very bad films, and
Hmm.
I started like when I was already in my 20s. So I
Okay.
was really quite late. I want like so many different things, and at one point I think, oh, making movies is also fun. So I started with that, but like because first I wanted to be an actor, and then I think, it be, I had less, ambition to be an actor. Like it's still fun to do, but I'm not a good actor enough. Like I can do small
Okay.
things, it's fine. But like it started with that, and I bought in like 20 years ago, or 2003. I bought my own camcorder, and then just started filming. So also like I can just shoot some stuff and try things out, and because well I go back and forth with my story, but I started because it all firstly started with acting in high school. Then I
Okay.
quit and I did construction education, and then from there it slowly started. I bought editing software. It was a bit of like it's called Magix. I don't like Magix Video Deluxe. It was like more not like movie maker that you get free with the computer, but a bit more advanced. And I started to learn editing, and then I bought my own camera, and then from there I started just learning that stuff, and then
Hmm.
and later starting making films, trying more stuff, trying to be more serious. So and then mostly friends of mine and friends of my brother and everyone that just got trapped into making the films with me. I was very very enthusiastic, and they couldn't say no. But like no, it's a joke. But they wanted to help. But it was it was a lot of fun to do because to the point where I really start thinking, oh, like directing is really fun. Was when I went to it's now 21 years ago. I was on holiday in France with my brother and my parents. We were there, and then the group of people we met when you go on a holiday and on the camping here, you meet other Dutch people and they play ping pong like table tennis there, and it's always like I have a camera. Like, should we make a movie? And we started. I was to making like a James Bond parody. It wasn't really parody. It was like James Bond with other characters, and it was like they had 14 Juliet there. It's like it's a liberation festival there, but then they sell them like fireworks in the supermarket. So we bought a lot of firecrackers, so we can use those as like a ricochet of bullets and that kind of stuff. And so the whole plot, like, the whole film is like it's very bad, and it's like not even framed right. It's just let's do this scene, and we bought ketchup for blood, and it was but the whole process for getting people to work on the film and editing, and we were busy like for a week, and it was. Like it was a lot of fun, and didn't matter what the result was. Like back then, I thought, this film is genius," and now I think, why did you think that? It's like but like the whole thing from there, it sparked on like I like to be more directed than act in it. So because that was all pros. Like I don't know where, because the internet was like earlier when I did acting in school, there was no internet, so I didn't know where do I go now. And so no, I'm gonna make stuff myself, and then slowly this merged into a lot of like filmmaking with friends, and finding out that I like directing more than acting, and that's it was a fun process of making a lot of very bad movies, but yeah, it was a bit of shame that I was already that old for even though you're always a young filmmaker, but I was already like started much later than everyone else who already were making serious stuff. I know now filmmakers who are 21 and are just making films that I at that age didn't even work close to making. So it's but like you can go back in time, and I probably also don't want to, because otherwise I maybe certain films were not made now, or I don't know, because it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, how far of a break is that as far as when you started with Breaking Point? Because I mean, you mentioned some of these movies, with friends and such, but then that, like, because Breaking Point was your first, like, actual, like, short, right?
Yeah, yeah. I always see like they like On Air is my like the debut, and Breaking Point is more like my student film while doing no film school. So like it's the
Okay.
one I like when I show film, like send films like show send people links from my film. I never actually send them. It's on my channel, but I never like only as I also made this one because it
Hmm.
was if I look, I barely can look at it.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
tough to. Uh,
Dude,
it,
your stuff,
it's it,
man.
like
You've got
it.
talent.
Thank you, but but the idea started in 2007. I had an idea because it was like the inspiration, not per se the story, but how we filmed it. It was more. I watched that movie taped, or even part of it was already busy taped of
Okay.
tape from Lurcher Linklater, and it was just Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman, and that other actor, I don't know his name, but all in one motel room, the whole film. And it's like, okay, that's a good thing. You have everything in one place. It doesn't have to cost that much. So
Hmm.
I should something do as well, like a closed, like a small set, so you don't have different locations. Because we like back then it was all my own money, and actually still is, but with some funding. But then I had my own camera. I had the boom, but like it's it was just I had the idea. It was in 2007. I met the writer, and then 2009 I started to like just we we had the script, and we're slowly starting out to finding people for it. And I found I got one response of someone who didn't want to produce. We got because I was looking for producer, but he didn't want to produce, but he wanted to help. And he his name is Niels Bogoyen. He also did a lot of cool horror films. Now he's now going to make a future in the States.
Oh,
Um,
sick.
and and he helped me with finding some people for me. He find actors, because back then I didn't know anyone. So my one of my best friends filmed it. But yeah, we didn't really had a boom operator. So we had someone who was a friend of our also like via he made the soundtrack, but he also did the sound. And we like it was directly connected to the camera, so it was like it wasn't great. So um, I like it was a lot of things to learn, because also it's also like I'm I'm not very I know what I can do, but also very insecure about things because like it was the first time you're going to work with people who are there. You don't per se know, but because it was a very small crew, but even then, like they are here for your film, and you have to. And they will do it also for free because there's no money, and it's also very scary, and also like learned a lot about myself that I had to I could be a bit more passive around the time that I think because I know the actors already knew each other, so and we rehearsed, so I was more a bit too passive for certain things I notice now, and also with the script development there were certain things in there I personally didn't per se want into it. It was more like so there was a certain part of you've seen it, right?
What, Breaking Point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's like they have all points about religion in there, and for me, I'm not a religious person at all, and I'm also not against it. But like in my movies, I just don't want it in there. I don't want to be a
Yeah.
part of a point of a certain because here I got a feeling that it went a certain way, showing other. But like that's besides. But like I want to like maybe I should have be more uh, assertive. Yeah, assertive is the word I think. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm still like happy that I made it because it's like if I would make it now, it would be totally different. So, but
I
it took
think
a while
it's
because in 2009 we started and we shot in the summer of 2011. It took a long time because I need to also get over that bump to eventually make it because I'm it's like I had to, yeah, I need to like believe more in myself, I think. So,
sure. And it's that first step. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
that kind of
that's
take
you
into,
need to,
jumping on in. And they say with film, it seems like experience is, the most important thing when it comes to, when it comes to play as far as just time and, time on sets. And yeah, I mean, I love it. Where was that filmed?
film. It was close where I live. It was like it now close. It's just everything is close in the Netherlands. It
Hmm.
was that one was shot. One part of the apartment was in Haarlem. It's nearby, 10 kilometer, but I don't know how much that is in miles. But
Okay.
like it's all close by. The outside scene was like near where I worked at the time, so it was really also here 5 minutes, 7 minutes drive from here. But like also like the weird thing happened to this film. We had 2 days of shooting,
Okay.
and the night the in between those days we had a night shoot, and back then I still lived at my parents' house, and during that night, I even you know how the film goes and ends. There was
Okay.
the same kind of thing happens in real life, close a family drama thing, and it was like how is this happening? It's like very it's not a great story. It's very
Oh.
like a father who he bucks up the house and sets it on fire, and then it's like for this is so weird that like because you make a film in a certain way with an end and think how can people why do people do this and how and then something actually really happens on the day also you film.
Oh
It's
man.
crazy.
Wow.
But yeah,
No
that's
shit. What a
yeah, it's
coincidence. You're like, boy, what's my next film gonna bring?
yeah, it's like for yeah, it's like you're making a film and something happens because you're filming it. Like it's actually a story of a film.
Coincidence,
It's like you
but
make a film like
still.
yeah, it's like Death Note a bit. Like, but they said you film it and then it's oh no, it's too off to joke. Nah, it's not really joke, but like
Yeah.
no, it's just like really weird that it's something like that happens there. But the film itself, it was good. Like there are things in there because I also edited this film myself, so I was
Hmm.
really happy what I could do with it because we had to cut out some things and yeah, it's like always you think, oh, I wish I had done this. Oh, I wish I did this. But like, yeah, there's also ways you learn. You need to learn to let go at some point because if you
Sure.
just go and edit, and you never finish it, and then it's like it is now what it is, and it's out there, and leave it.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that I mean, a place and time, something that, is your first piece. I think, I don't think it's anything ever for somebody to kind of regret or relish on. It's like this is what
Mm.
you had at the time, this is the resources. And I mean, that being in 2012, how far from that was when you were in film school? Was it
Oh, I
earlier, like
didn't do
2000s
film
then?
school.
Oh, you didn't. I thought you mention
No,
earlier something that you
no,
wanted
no.
to explore?
No. Oh, sorry. I meant that I consider Breaking Point like my student film
Got
while
it.
not doing
Okay.
film school.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, that's
Understood.
what I meant. Like
Okay.
that's my student
Okay.
film, and then On Air is actually my first film after. But like I didn't do film
Okay.
school. I
Okay.
did a media
Gotcha.
education, but it was nothing. It has nothing to do with
Okay.
film.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, and then breaking into having, something like this as a first result, like, I mean, bravo, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like this, yeah, when I was asking about where it was filmed too, I see some of the certain points and the slamming of doors and yelling. I'm like, is there neighbors right next door? They're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Um, No, it's like I think we. So it's a while back, but I think we weren't. We weren't some people we're going to film there, and maybe they could hear something. But also, like the thing is, like it was shot in the summer. It was very hot, and we had to film it to make it look like night. So we had to we covered all the windows with
Uh, okay.
like bags for the
Okay.
bin. Don't know,
Okay.
like
Yep.
but
Yep.
like
Like a
there, but
trash
like a
bag or
lot of
something.
layers. Yeah, and so it was like inside it was very weird that it was so dark. And when you go outside on the balcony, it's like stunning weather and everything. Like it was like really weird if you were really long inside. But like for the noise from the complaints now, we didn't have much. Like otherwise, I would remember.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, now, next we have On Air. And this movie, man, I'm telling you, like, I've watched it a few times. I've been telling friends about it. One of the beautiful things, I mean, for so long is that being a movie collector and going to the movies and renting movies, I've always loved film and features, but shorts is something that recently I mean, probably for like the past 5 years of doing these interviews even. Um, Shorts are just something, I mean, it's so powerful. And especially, I mean, we'll get to Amy and I, but for something to literally be the length that it is and actually short, it's like you can pack a punch. And On Air, man, the performances in this thing, the way that it's shot, the cinematography, the score behind this film is awesome. I cannot say enough things
Thanks.
about this. I absolutely love it. And I mean, where does this idea come from for you as far
Yeah,
as a foundation?
it was like it started like I had the idea of I want to do something very like in another small location, and it was around the time I finished Doorslag. It took a long time eventually filming it, but like I'll try to keep it not too long, this story. But like I had an idea. I was going to work with the same writer as Breaking Point, and but until like two times it didn't work out between us. Like I'm quite a
Yeah.
personality, and so I had to cut it off the first time when we were working on air. Like I wrote a synopsis and he wrote a bigger synopsis, and then there were certain expectations from my side, and that I said, yeah, I can do this. So like eventually we stopped, and then I found another writer, and became a very good friend of mine and still is. And we started to develop it, but like in also my life next to it, because I didn't have, like I never had a job in film or whatever. It's like for me, I had a normal day job. And a year after I bought my house, the company just said, "For yeah, sorry, we need to let you go." So I
Uh,
lost my job. So like the whole process of developing was also a bit sidetracked on the way. So, but we're still working on it. But it took much more time because also when I want to do it now, I want to do it well. But at the same time, I just think, oh, I need to get to know some people. So I went more to network first and to get to know some people. And there's something in Amsterdam called Shortcuts, and it's like an event still going on to this day. Every Tuesday they have like two short films in competition and a special guest. And yeah, once Rutger Hauer was there, George Sluizer, who did The Vanishing, was there. It's like the
mm,
first session I went to see it, and there are a lot of people who are starting in the film business, or people who are working in it, and it's like from there while not having a job, I tried to network there, and at the same time working on the script. But it took a very long time also because I need to build up confidence, because I was very like one point not having a job. I can be very negative at one point, so like my head was also not there, so took a lot of breaks in between. But at the
mm-hmm.
same time, oh yeah, but the inspiration, it was like it's all because you watch a lot of movies, and every movie is already made at one point, but you try to, how can I make this one and give it my own twist or give it my own thing. So because like back in the day, I think I watched Talk Radio from Oliver Stone. I have Phone Booth, of course. I watched it once, but like it was really inspiration itself. But like the Talk Radio I really like, but I mostly like all the things that were just only in the studio. So I wanted to make something that's only in the studio and. But also like there are a lot of these films where about a certain pace of people. Oh, sorry if I stutter. but I think there it started with my inspiration, but also the style how I like it. And I back then also watched Drive, which I really like, one of my favorite films as well. So I like the style of Vix Winter Refn, how it feels like an 80s film, but it isn't, and it keeps you like for a good set in every time period. And so like those are really inspirational also for On Air and how it looked and like what the soundtrack was. And so I took that and all the whole journey towards when we started to film. And Sietse, who plays the main character, he called me once. How I got to know him was also in 2012. He called me once for something because he was working for other film production, and he got my number via. And then I heard, oh, you're an actor. Oh, well, let's have a beer. And from one point, I'm like, yeah, you're the guy who I got in for this movie. And then from there, it was like, yeah, he was also a lot of times, yeah, we read the script and talk about it. It's like, so during the years, and I talk quite a lot. So at one point, he knows exactly what I wanted. So for him, it was quite easy to, when the time came there to deliver the performance he did. So it was very nice. It was a very nice process, like because eventually when we start filming, it's it was already 5 years past, and I was happy to find the people who worked on it because they're all professionals. The DOP, so it's also a friend of mine who shot all my 3 films, and he's normally a gaffer. He did quite a lot of big films and series in the Netherlands, like Crazy House with Nick Frost and Lisa Silverstone. Okay. He was a gaffer on there. Same as the guy who did the prop for Amy and I. But he's like a very well-known guy in the Netherlands. He makes great fake blood and stuff. So we got a very good team together, a very good production designer, and it was also like very tough shoot because we had 4 days for On Air, and the other thing like that's not that great because my uncle at the time he was he had cancer, and he was like it was mostly the station passed, and like a night before the evening before we start shooting, I got a call, and I got to hear like he passed away, and it's like it's also even though like so it's like but like my mother says, well, you have to park it and just go because you have a 4-day shoot going on. So like it's okay. So I slept 1 hour going into a 10-hour shoot that day. In the morning of the first day of shoot, one of the actors who plays the cop at the end came to me and said, I want to tell you something. My cancer came back. Like from he's now all right, but like from
thank you.
Oh, okay. So that was quite a lot of things in a very short time. Besides that, also my work at the time, it was not really great. So I was like, But so it's like now this like let's make a movie. So like you need to park, you need to go on. So like it's the whole thing. It doesn't really make the whole process easy, but like that's just go. The show must go on, I think. But it was like besides the whole live thing on site, it was a very great shoot. Like a lot of, but it was so much work because we had so much settings of shots, and sometimes we had to have to film a take in like for 7 minutes. So like Sietse and his co-star Paul Cairo, they had like because they were like connecting, they were live talking to each other. So he was in the other booth talking because I didn't want to do it separate because you always can see that they're talking to no one or someone who's reads the line. They were acting at the same time, so we had the sound of his acting at the time. So was very nice. But like we had to sometimes we'd shoot a scene of 7 minutes, and then from a different side and from a closer, and so it was quite intense shoot on the filmmaking itself, but also yeah, on the things that were on the side. But like it's yeah, it's filmmaking is a tough process on every level.
It's I mean, and that's some of the, the crazier aspects that, you think of how difficult the shoot can be, but then also people's personal lives and things that are
Mhm.
happening and things that are going on outside and that might not necessarily line up with schedule. And yeah, man, oh man.
Yeah,
I hope
you don't
for the
control
next
those things.
couple
Like
that you right.
yeah, it's like you have no control of those things, and you need to like go on like these couple of years. Yeah, quite a lot of happen, but I won't bother you because otherwise it's going to be very dark. But like it's like the life goes throws you certain things. Like now at this moment, I'm now unemployed for like 6 months, and it's just crazy. And
Yeah.
I just want to work, do something fun. I had a very good, like very nice job interview as a junior producer. And I think, yeah, I'm 42, but like still want to learn things. And I really thought I got a chance here, and then I got the rejection. And when I called, and they didn't say didn't say anything words, but they went eventually for the people who were 20 years younger. And I think, yeah, that's just a shame because
Mm.
you got experience. I'm not like
Experience.
demanding a lot of the salary. I just want to learn more and already give. But like, okay, it's your loss,
Yeah.
and
Keep
the
pushing
film is
on.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I still want to make a living as a director, directing commercials. But like for a reason, while for others it goes easier. For me, it's really tough to get into that world. And I know like directing commercials is not the same as directing fiction, but I also act in commercials sometimes. So
Mhm.
for over 20 years, so I know the world. Like I know I'm not making art. I make something that the client says. But like maybe one day, like I'll never give up.
Sure.
But yeah,
Sure. No, that's the
I jumped to
mentality,
something
man.
else.
That's the mentality. No,
Yeah, but like
no,
for
that's all good.
but eventually on air was what the whole process was nice. We had a very cool premiere. We have a very cool cinema in the Netherlands, and we had cast and crew viewing there, and then we went on a very nice festival tour. Also, when you go to send your film to festival via Film Freeway, I also learned a lot that there are a lot of like fake film festivals out there. Oh, your monthly award show, and then it's just it's just like those film websites. I wish Film Freeway wasn't really just looking at the money because also they got a cut out of the cake, but like they should screen more film festivals and it's but like in between all those, I got a lot of cool film festivals. Also made friends with some festivals. Went to London a couple of times for it. One at Pinewood Studios, where a lot of big films were screened in the UK.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went there once for because Citroen was nominated for Best Actor for the Liftoff Film Festival, and and he was also nominated like next to Stephen Graham. That was for the short film Boiling Point, where they later made a feature
Yep.
film from, and now the director made Adolescence, which is like, have you seen it?
Incredible. Adolescence, yeah. Mind
It's
blowing.
binge it's so yeah, but like it's great. So like if who's watching didn't see it yet, go see it after this
That's
show.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
one thing I love small details, in work and I loved, the call line, the 07003232. Was that something that was, that was anything
No, I think
personal
it
to
was
you or just
pure.
random?
I think it's pure random because like
Okay.
or I need to ask the writer about it. But like I think it's more like if you do the other number, you you may calling like a certain line
Actual
that is
line. Yeah.
yeah exactly, or like a paying service, and then people are calling like a hotline for a TV network or more other certain stuff where they yeah you have to pay like €1 a minute or
Yeah.
something for it. But no, I think it's just pure random. That like for this is now a number that doesn't exist, so we use this. But like no, but yeah, no, there's no
No.
hidden message in that.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fun. I mean, even with with Brian's personality and with, the radio, the personality and the voice, that he just already has, naturally. What kind of different radio personalities did you have in mind as far as developing this character?
Mostly actually how it is now. For this is also like I want to be a cynical guy who once was big and now it's just like being very cynical, saying that he only has 5 listeners. Just he this like we want him to drink, and also like when he's driving, drinking, which is not like he used to be something that other people don't want to be.
Yeah.
But like
Okay.
you want to see that he's tough, so like it's he's hiding something, and it was a bit like that was the idea behind it to make him very cynical and then you think, what's going on with this guy? Why is he the way he is?
And is it Sita? Is that how you pronounce his
Sietse,
Faber? Sita. Okay, I didn't want to
Sietse
mispronounce it.
Faber. Yeah,
Man, his performance, like I mentioned, prior, I mean, just and the performances in at large. I can't just say that it's just him, but very captivating as far as the I don't know. There was just so much with this, but the performances and the cinematography. I wanted to be in this for an hour and a half. I wanted to be in this for 2 hours. I wanted to see the further development of everything. But his performance as well. I mean, like did you have some conversations, as far as developing that, or did he bring some things as far as nuances that he wanted, with this frustrated character?
um, yeah, like what I say, but it's also like it started like 13 years ago, and from there on he was mostly all like yeah. With the beginning, he was already there, and I also had the scripts for the first couple of the editions, and so we talked a lot about like what we discussed. I don't know, but I what I say, I talk a lot and also go back in repetition. Like in the same story, I go back but he like I made clear what I wanted, and during the filming itself, it was very easy because we already knew like he knew what I wanted. So and he of course when he said something, I listened to it. But yeah, there's a point I had to push him a bit also because he had to like had tears in the eyes. And one point, it's just like we were filming so many, we had seen again and again because one sentence wasn't going well, or I want a bit different. And then he said, "Yeah, I have to like prepare, otherwise it's just dust coming out." But it was that was very easy. What also I learned with this film is like because a lot of because if you're working in film and you're not very experienced yet, and I still like not very experienced yet, but because you also like keep in mind you're never done learning. But then I noticed that like there are a lot of cooks in the kitchen. Like a lot of people had certain ideas, and the guy Paul Cairo who played Freek de Kaller, he's I didn't know him before. I only saw him in programs and I added him, and he wanted to work with me because he already had done something with Sietse, and he's now doing quite a lot of cool stuff now. And he back then I only saw him in the shows and more like an extra in a gangster show, and he was more he's very like when he comes somewhere and it's like there's a presence, like there's like oh it's like not intimidating, but he's quite it's quite an like first I was a bit from do you want to work, and then it was a bit scary, but he also had quite some ideas and such sort of thing. So like at one point you need I noticed then that he's got a good idea and he's got it, and then you need to know like from one point I noticed that I keep accepting every idea, not that I like execute them every idea, but like I noticed like I need to like have a bit of a backbone more in the next project, that I don't listen to too much other people, and just like
It become chaotic.
now like more like everyone has a different idea, and then oh yeah, that's actually like because not everything is a bad idea, but like is it the idea that you think oh yeah that fits my vision here, and
Uh-huh.
like then I thought I listened I need to say okay now guys I'm not going to listen to everyone with a good idea because otherwise it's just going to be I need chaos. So that's what I learned with
Absolutely.
that film, that you needed to say for okay this I because it's important to listen to your cast and crew, but you also when you develop a script, it's not you don't want everyone's opinion on it because then you're just it's chaos, and
Hmm.
so I learned that I needed to just be more be more certain of myself and what I wanted, and not say for, oh yeah, this idea is good. That is it. Let's say for now, I need to find a way to communicate that I think it's a good idea, but it doesn't fit. And so
Right.
it's what I say. Every film is also like a learning process. So I learned quite a lot during that film as well. Also, the word blocking. It was like how we. I know the Dutch word, but like I did like when the AD comes to me and said she was she's Canadian, and so okay, Bastiaan, we're going to blocking. I was like, what? And I thought like it's like this is also where you do sometimes you don't do film school you need to like learn those things on the spot, like you need to know what we're going to film now, where we start with finish. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. It was like, I felt so stupid because like now on this set there are a lot of like all the people are like most of the old people are pros, and they see this like guy who just started and didn't do film school, and I feel like, oh, I feel such a like, who's this idiot? It's like, but no, it turned out great, and it's like it's really fun to like it was a great crew also as well. Like they did make fun of me or so about it, but maybe they thought like, who's this guy? But no, it's fun. It was like most like some people I didn't know well. They know the DOP because he's a gaffer, so he got some people who knew, who he knew. So I only saw them on the set. But yeah, also like the other thing that's also one of the things that's annoying that happens was we had like 4 days. For the first 2 days we had a focus puller, and then for the last 2 days we had a focus puller. And on the end of Friday night, like we had the whole weekend, the focus puller for the other 2 days called off, and it's like, God, really, like. Why? Like, if you say yes to something, you don't get you call off a day before because you need to focus puller, because otherwise, who's going to do it? But eventually, we asked us calling, and we found for the last 2 days, luckily, someone. And but that's also nerve-wracking with filmmaking. Yeah, you need to be prepared for everything because it's not fun. Like last time I was on the set helping someone with this short film, and then an hour before the call, one of the main actors called off, and you already
Oh,
are in the bar. Like eventually that one was solved as well. But that is all what you need to know when you go in filming and you don't have a budget. Like you need to say be prepared for everything and how to solve it because it's very annoying when it happens. But that's film. It's like it's blood, sweat, and tears, and you really must like enjoy it. Otherwise, if you don't really like to do it, just don't do it.
it's,
But
I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of problem solving, and even to your point, as far as, people that have been working for years, the power of a good crew, you know, you're not going
oh
to know
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And that's why you have those people. I mean, in any sort of, like career path that there is, even doctors, that's the power of having good people around you to where something
definitely.
comes up, something is asked, when you have those people on hand and it's like, well, you bastard, that's why you're here. Hold on a second. I have something else. And if you would, please, you figure this out.
Yeah, but like it's the same. You have like a good crew and you have a bit of pushback if it's the correct term. Like
Sure.
you don't want only yes nodders. I don't know what's the word for that. Like people only just do this and okay and listen
Like a
what you
yes
do. Like
man.
yes man, yeah. You don't want you want people around like they of course listen to you because they're there because they trust in your idea, but they also like if they have an idea, it's important for them because they are better in that part of the business and they also have more experience on the set. So it's good to listen because it also you can learn from them and back and forth. Because if you don't listen to your crew, you're not like you're not that's not the way to go.
Yeah,
But it's
I agree.
but it all like eventually like the hard work and everything it pays out to the movie how it became and where it eventually screens and we had all like one BAFTA qualified film festival and that was very I was very happy with it and but also, yeah, I made also, yeah, that's just fun. You go to film festival, you send your films there, you get responses, and also find out that certain people, yeah, like you can make the perfect film, and so some people enjoy like really enjoy it, and other people, yeah, they don't like it that much. It's like
Mm.
it's fun to hear the different responses on it, and it's yeah, you can please anyone with your films. So you always have some people who don't like it, and some people who really like it. So that's fine. That's yeah. Oh, and one quick funny story. Like it was when the film was like 2 years ago, I think I got messages from a lot of people saying there's a guy in France who made the film with Mel Gibson, and it's basically on air. And I watched it like, oh wow, the trailer and everything, and then I looked up the director on Facebook, and I entered, hey, yeah, I saw you this film. I made this film, and but like normally when you think because it was with big actors, I think, oh well, won't get a response. But like I got a response on the day. No, I made a short back in 2019. So and I checked. Oh yeah, he made the short around the same time as my film was finished, because but he made that short with Stephen Baldwin, I think, or William Baldwin, one of the other Baldwin brothers.
Oh, okay.
Well, but then but if I saw the poster and it's like, oh yeah, this looks quite like on air. But eventually he said, yeah, I already had the same experience because I worked in radio and then kind of stuff. But it's funny that he actually responded to it, because I never, like, if you make something and it's like, yeah, did he respond because they think, oh shit, I watched your film, and but it clears out. But I thought it was like funny that a lot of people just coming to me with that
Made a
film
correlation.
thinking, yeah, but like
Yeah.
it's done. It's like a lot of films that their inspiration on other films and other films and other filmmakers. So like it's making something truly original these days is tough. It's always it's always made, but like it's fun. It's good to make something in like in something fresh and something new, and
Hmm.
that can be entertaining. And yeah, that's it's not like there's some really original films out there, but like it's yeah, with so much history, everyone get influenced by different filmmakers, and it's all, yeah, if you see the substance, you see how much influence other films are in there. So but it's
Hmm.
still, it's a fantastic film, and yeah, but it's part of filmmaking. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I'll stop
fresh.
now because
I
I
mean,
just rambling on.
no. I mean, fresh take. And off screen, I was going to actually message you because a couple of nights ago I saw that movie on Netflix, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And this just came out, so I was like,
Which
"Hold on
one?
a second." Um, the one with Mel Gibson. I can't
Uh,
remember, Air or
yeah,
I
On
can't
the
remember
Line,
what the
I
hell
think it's
that movie.
called.
On the Line.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I had just watched that, and I was like, boy, this is pretty. But still, I mean, even when you think of movies like The Witch, or you think of movies that have that originality aspect, they're still based on lore. They're still based on stories. They're still, I mean, like you say, it's all about that kind of fresh take and that look.
Hmm.
And the special thing on Air was the performances and the direction and cinematography. This thing, I just, like I say, I would have loved to have had like a feature of this story and just kind of keep on, going with it too. And but I mean, this is going to bring us to Amy and I, which even shorter. We have a true short, true to statement short here, and it packs a punch merely over a conversation at dinner. How does this idea come?
Okay, yeah, this was more like in a technical aspect. Like I was also around to making a film on air. We were in a cafe in Amsterdam. I think I was with my producer from on air. I don't really remember, but like like a cafe with really big windows, and I was talking, and then I saw in a reflection of the mirror, I saw the bar with the bartender, but he has like shelves behind him that were lit up behind bottles, so I only saw like his silhouette. And from there, I thought, oh, this is cool to just make a one take film, like a film in a single take, but like more static, so like it didn't move. So that was the first idea. But now I need a story about it. Like and then it's slow. I was talking to my writer. That was also the same writer as Breaking Point first, because my other writer didn't have time at the time, and that also didn't work out. So I went back to the writer of On Air. And it's like, yeah, we need, like, I need a day. I just want to make a more like slice of life film. So I started out as like a woman on the table. A table has a conversation with the bartender who we only see in silhouette, and then they start up, and then she's waiting for a date or something in that trend.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think, yeah, that's fun for like 8 minutes, but like it's a movie that people watch, and then and yeah, it's afterwards you forgot you watched it. It was more like, okay, we need to like make it more like people remember it, and then okay, maybe when the boyfriend's coming in again, they're gonna rob the place, and then like for yeah, this literally the opening of Pulp Fiction. So we need to yeah, like yeah, we can do that, and it's just a remake of that first scene from. But eventually it's like, yeah, what's if there's something like she is on a date and there's something in a bag and we don't know what it is until the end, and slowly, because I also don't want to spoil it too much.
Oh yeah, no,
But
definitely.
yeah,
I for any of these also. I mean, a couple are on YouTube and such, but especially for like these newer ones, I don't want necessarily anything like spoiler or like to dig
yeah,
into that.
yeah.
As
I mean,
far as
it's now out on YouTube, so people can
oh,
watch it.
okay,
Can watch it over there. Yeah, so it's not public there, but like still, they should watch it, and then.
yeah, sure,
But like from there, it started out to turn it how it was now, and it was more like from where I'm gonna film, because the first idea was to film it in a skyscraper, like a sky bar somewhere, and
okay,
it was during COVID. So like we think, okay, now we have the script, and now we can film, and yeah, we first submitted for an like a competition where you get 5,000 from that if you get chosen, and then you get connected to a production house, and then you have to crowdfund 5,000 for yourself, and then eventually we didn't get picked, but like we have to move on. Eventually, in the end, it was for the best. Otherwise, we had a very short time to film, and finding a location was like really tough because even though it was COVID, and they were empty, and they still didn't want. They say no, and yeah, if you know how the film is and read the script, some people like didn't see it. It was also like the script still different. The script now is different how it is. How we played there, because we had to adjust a lot of things during the place, but like, but it was on Sky Bear, still chaotic, but also it would be much bigger because we had needed way more extras, and it was like, so it was also a bit from, yeah, how we're going to play that out, because it has to be actually quite small, and then every time it was a no, and we found another place, and it was just not it, or we had to just a lot of set dressing too much, where you're just forcing out a certain look, which where you think, okay, we have to do this, and you wouldn't be very happy with it, and then but you had to do it because you don't have money to rent out a bigger place. We were close to have a sky bar at a hotel, which was nice, real nice, because it wasn't too big. But then eventually they say no when they saw the script. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to change the script though. And we found like via a friend. He worked at a hotel, and there was like a restaurant that was like the terrace was open, but the inside it was nice. It wasn't perfect, but it was doable. And I think, and it wasn't Skybar anymore, so we changed still setting from, okay, we need to do something differently. How we're going to end it now, and I can tell you separately later what the original idea was, because I don't want to spoil too much, but
sure, yeah,
but 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 like when we were planning to shoot it, everything went open again. So, and it was a restaurant. It was every
oh,
day. It was like,
oh no,
yeah. So like, oh no, like again. But okay, moving on. And then for a reason, I think I know a director who saw who he did some big movies already. And I saw some movies and I saw him at the shortcuts what I was talking about, and I think, oh, I'm
yeah,
gonna get it, because I showed him on there, and he said, oh, cool, that sounds like someone made the genre film again. I'm like, is this a genre film? Okay, but from that reason, like, hey, let's just like have a beer, and then we met, and then he said, yeah, oh, I'm also looking for a location. I have maybe an idea, like this location. It's too small for our film, for our idea, and maybe it's for you, and they're on Mondays and Tuesdays they are closed, and they're very friendly, and we went there and we called and then said like, okay, yeah, we want to make a film. It's okay. I got your number from another director who went there, and we walked in. It's like, and the DP said like it's very different than we had first an idea. I was like, no, yeah, I know, but this is much better. Like this is basically you don't have to do anything because it looks amazing. It's just the whole atmosphere was great, and they were working fine. Like it's like it wasn't perfect on certain technical aspects because the floor was like real wooden planks. Is that the word? Like
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was all like it was all wood. So and we had to walk on there, and then yeah, it's not great for the like the sound guy. He wasn't happy with it, but like yeah, because every quick it was
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
We had to remove a lot during the sound designer phase, but also there was also like a fridge that couldn't be turned off, so that was also very annoying. But like we managed to fix that, but like it was yeah we had like it was the best place to film it, and then eventually we picked out the date, and also we didn't have the luxury I would say the luxury is it lux
Yep. Yep.
yeah but more
Luxury.
we didn't have the chance to just one day just set everything up and decide how to film. We had to decide on the spot when we were filming how we were
Oh,
going to film this one take. So it was like first, okay, we're going to start here, and we point out to the back, or we're going to put the other way. But from there, we had to decide, and the timing of the actors went to walk. Like we have a one way to walk, we had to time that, but also how to time, where to start, how to come back, and do all the actions in between to make it work. Like that was like a lot of practice, and we started also when it was summer, and so we could had to start around 9:30 p.m. Because then it starts to get dark, and before that we had to start at around 6 to practice, but also with the actors. And I also say to the main actors like, just don't give 100% now, otherwise you wait too tired. But she went on like every time 100%, 100%. It's like it was nerve wracking, and at the same time, when we start shoot actually to film, the camera was on a motor because the DP was like remote controlling the camera. It was on a motor but the camera had a lens that was too heavy, so it wasn't really built. So like a lot of times the camera just quit and go downstairs. We had to start over so many times, or it didn't work. We had to wait, and so we only had like yeah the idea was that wrapping around yeah at midnight or a bit like half past midnight.
okay.
So but eventually we wrapped around 3:15 a.m. And the last take we filmed was the only one we could use, and like if that one didn't work out, we had no film. So it was like it was so nerve wracking because like we were almost close, and like, oh please don't film me, please don't. It's like I was just standing like this the whole time, and the next day I was like had so much back pain because of muscle ache because it was nerve wracking that to do it, and I can imagine doing that for like an hour of film. But like yeah, it's like we only have one day to film it, and if yeah we don't have the budget to film it on several days and try to get it right. But yeah, it was quite some. It was quite nerve wracking, but there's a making of. I still wanting to get it from the guy who made the poster, and he put a camera on a place to film the whole overview. But I need to get it still because it's fun to eventually put the making of and see how it all went, till the end, and see how you can see how we made that one take production. But it was nerve wracking, but glad I did it because it's something different, and also like testing yourself, and it it was it was a fun shoot. But it was very very nerve wracking.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh man, I
yeah,
can
but
imagine.
eventually,
And
yeah, then go to film festivals again at the premiere at Imagine Film Fest. Go to a lot of very cool genre film festivals, to Fantaspau, to Splat, to Huth, like in Estonia, is it a film festival? Or Night of Horror was in Australia, and that festival now moved back to the US, I think. Yeah, a lot of Imagine, like a lot of cool, very big genre film festivals. Sadly, last February, it got rejected by Alter. Do you know Alter?
oh yeah, Really?
Yeah, to be honest, as a tip, if you make a genre film and your film wasn't selected by Fantasia or Fright Fest, um, yeah, don't submit the film because it's my personal experience, and my film is now on a different channel with called this formed Lunchbox. Very cool guy, is also a filmmaker. Sure, he made a feature film in parts on there. Go Bill. Or,
Okay.
but okay, go back to the story. But I submitted also to Alter, and then later, I got rejected. But back in the day, it was free, so you could submit your film and then you could respond. Like you get, I could submit it on air for there, but then I get a response. Yeah, it's not genre enough, and I could imagine it's not really horror. And I submitted this one, and then I had to pay via Film Freeway, and I had to like it was like the whole event. They took over a year, and I said like. After the event, like the notification date, I emailed them, and then they changed the date for a month. But I didn't get a reply on email. They don't react on anything anymore. And then I got rejected for it. And then I found like I connected to another filmmaker who made a very cool. He's a Austrian filmmaker who lives in the UK, and he made a film that was shown there. So I asked him, how did you get? How did you also pay? How long did you have to wait? And he said, "Yeah, no, I know. I get just a headhunt because my film screened there." And then because I think now the whole thing there on that channel is more like the only films to get on there got headhunted by the guy or girl or whoever owns the channel. And the people film freeway is just to get money. Is my
Mm,
is my thought, but don't know. But I
sure.
also I think it's like if you have your big channel, you have horror films, and people try to email you, communicate, or then just don't ignore it. But
Right. Right.
yeah, but be
Hey,
careful. Like if you're a horror filmmaker here, be sure if you want your film on Alter, make sure you got it at the festivals, at the big festivals in the States and in the UK.
hmm,
Amy and I didn't. It's like only like the Fantaspaal, but in the UK, like the Fantasia's, all the other big festivals didn't get into. That's maybe a tough sell in the States there. But
sure. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that there's politics involved in like anything nowadays,
yeah,
and career moves and things like that, and
yeah, but
but
also
at
uh,
their loss.
yeah, but also like what I also can bit of like get into is like Amy and I isn't really a horror, but like it's like real life horror. What I say, like it's very horrific.
By the
But
time you get into it, it's horror, bro.
yeah, but yeah, but but like it's also but also for regular film festivals, it's too much. So like you,
Yeah.
you feel like in certain way with certain festivals, you feel in the like the bridge from yeah, does this fit as a horror film for the selection or not? But like and I vond the Spouw Imagine Film Festival was very nice to be like everyone was like to be selected for and but also vond the Spouw they put it on like they have Dark Flicks it's like their channel
Mm,
for all horror films during the festival. And I got like around that festival, I got like 100 letterbox reviews for it, and all like
mm,
mostly very positive. So that was really like a lot of fun, and yeah, it was a very cool experience too. So yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's great, man. I mean, like I say, I absolutely love that, and seeing some of those behind the scenes would be killer. Just with it being a one take and the
yeah,
process
I
of
will.
making that all come to life.
Yeah, we'll show you when I got the material. But like, yeah, it got telling people around me like, yeah, my DP is we're also like on the same line on how what we want in the story, and so that's very nice to have. Like we're a very good team, and he's a very talented DP. So one time I hope he gets away to. I say to always say to him like you have to be a bit more how you say more. I don't know what the English word for it is. More not blunt. That's more like more forward. Of like more, you have to more be out there. Like be talk to other DOP and say for hey, if you don't have a gig and you know someone, please call me. Does it get to
Well, maybe
tell
be
yourself
a
better
little more
because
assertive.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's like like I maybe I'll get to the word later, but like he has to
Sure.
be like more yeah maybe assertive. Yeah, that's kind of the
Putting
word. But like it doesn't. Not,
himself out there,
yeah,
and yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's the word. Yeah, I
availability.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I
So yeah.
I and next here, we have Citroen. Am I saying this correctly? Citroen?
Citroen, like lemon.
Toon.
Citroen,
Boy, I
like
completely fucked that up. I apologize. Wow.
nowhere.
I'm like
Like
trying to
it's
literally look at it, and I was trying to pull it up online.
ci-
Citroen.
Citroen. Yeah, it's
That
just
makes so much more
it's
sense
it's
now,
it's it's
especially when you
almost
say
like
lemon.
see through, but
C-
but then with an N on the end. It's like Citroen,
like
Citroen.
citrus.
Yes, citrus lemon. Yeah, it's more like just lemon.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, dude.
normally I always use English titles, and this time I didn't. But like yeah,
uh,
yeah,
boy.
but this was a kind of a different project. It was like the first thing I was asked to direct. It was like for an um uh, for like an actor school, and they need like in this that year they everyone had to graduate and with like, yeah, with acting, but also writing a film, and then finding a director to work out the project and direct the film, and then make it. And now, yeah, that's also what I say a couple of times on shortcuts is where I was. And then the guy, he was a founder of that acting school, and I know him. And he said like, are you directing something new? I got a script for you. I was like, okay. And then it turned out that like one of the actors, he parted ways with the other director who went on with the other actor to work out the film, and then he said, yeah, do you want to make get in contact with this actor and see if you want to do this? Like I say yes, of course. I want to direct a new movie. So we got in contact, and I heard about like he wanted to make a mockumentary, and I think first one I heard it was like, oh, mockumentary, yeah. Like I wasn't really sure about it because like it's because I saw some certain things from like other projects, like starting projects and stuff, and I don't know, I don't know about it. I was a bit of like for okay, and then he kind of like a subject about the cult, like okay, this is more interesting now, and then I said, but of course I want to, well, yeah, I'm going to say yes anyway because I want to make this film, and this is like okay, this is really something different, and let's see about it. So like during the whole thing, I start to also to join some classes. They always had like classes in the weekend, so well, I joined then and see see how they worked, and also learned myself certain ways. Took something with me what I heard there, and I thought it was a very good idea. And making a mockumentary is to don't prepare too much. Like the film wise, and make a shot list or whatever, everything, have an idea, but you need to film like you're say really responding on things. And I saw some other documentaries where you clearly
Yeah.
see they make a certain shot in certain ways, and you think, yeah, you don't, yeah, you need to see that they film it there and then like a documentary. But like, yeah, going
It
back to
almost
the
comes
process of
off like a little more stiff, like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, this
You
isn't
need now,
happening.
you see that the cameraman already knows what they're going to do, and you don't want that. Like you need to
Yeah.
see,
Okay.
you need to respond to the people there, like on the spot, like you're filming someone without, like you follow someone around. Like yeah, what is with the documentary? You also don't say for okay, you walk from this point to this point. That's all probably done, but you want to see like really respond if something falls. You go like this, and you don't want to see that the camera already when something goes on that the camera already goes like I know that's going to fall there, and so so that was what I took with me when like filming it. But in the preparation, we started to work on the script, and first the whole thing was different. Like we want it wasn't the idea that the cult leader itself wants to escape. So yeah, oh man, sorry, this is my ADHD. It's like the story goes all like. Uh, uh, Wait, but like it's yeah, the documentary is about the cult leader who wants to escape some cult.
Uh-huh.
Like wants to start something and it goes out went out of hand. But like the first, it was just something when the cult want to move away. It wasn't the idea of like the cult member, a cult leader wants to escape, and it came later in the process. And also for me in this process was also learning for yeah, this is the first thing. It doesn't like the idea doesn't come from me. I have to get someone else. Like I adopt that child and have to to raise it. But like for but yeah, how we it's also you going to think how much influence I got on this project, and it's also scary because you don't want to you need to find a balance in on what you want to do, but you also need to let things go because of yeah, it's eventually his idea. and I said my thing about it, and then okay, keep it there. But that's also good and helping. We're on the same line on certain things, so it was good. Like some things I really wanted got through, and the others that he really wanted that have it that way. And but it's good to have the discussion. But it's also for me, for yeah, how much can I put my own brand on it? Like it's like you can see it's a film of me. That was a bit of a scary thing because like I now have to work. With a bigger group. A lot of people knew each other because a lot of they're all most of them are acting students who knew each other. Some came from a different education, but like they also knew each other. And for the first day, we shot the all the things with the big group, and then the second day we shot all the testimonial stuff. But like
Mm.
I had for the first I had for the first time first AD of an assistant
Oh,
director,
yeah.
and I thought
Okay.
this would be good. But this guy already like did a lot of stuff, and he also already works on set, makes the money out of it. So, and I never made money out of anything on the set still. So I think yeah. What now if I on my I got overthrown, and it's like you get a lot of doubts, and there's also what probably a lot of filmmakers still have in maybe in which phase they are in their career. So they still have like a bit of the imposter syndrome, and it's also sometimes with me like for this like again to the max from like from I have no idea what I'm doing like when I follow like but it was very nice because he was like compared to my like I'm very how I'm now like very but I still know what I want. So it's I talk too much, which like after like if I talk for 10 minutes, the actor itself after knows already what I want after after 2 minutes. But like for there, it was really nice to have an assistant director who is like the opposite of me, much calmer and talks. It's like that's really nice to have like someone who can just suggest something good ideas and sometimes also like make it smaller and be calmer and that was yeah, it was a good experience, but also it was just a bit also scary for like oh yeah which is much more when you're on your own working on your own projects and now you get something else someone else's work and how much influence I got and but I think I got enough because I worked with him at the same DOP. The guy the gaffer was one of my best friends who shot Breaking Point. He's now doing a lot of lighting gigs and he was there and the producer was also someone I knew from Shortcuts and is also a friend of mine. So like it's no, I think I found a good way. I found a balance to do also what I wanted, and then I think it's like just yeah, what I really want to say for it. I think it wouldn't turn out how it is now if I didn't make it. I think yeah, it will be totally different in a way. I think, but yeah, you never know.
Okay.
But like, I'm very happy how it turned out. It was a very hard 2 days of work, and in a very the hottest day in the Netherlands, which is quite a lot. Yeah, we don't have much great weather in the Netherlands, but that day it was super hot. But it's also very great because you're outside, no clouds, which is great because otherwise you have to wait for clouds going by the sun. It all went very fine because also like the other big thing with this film is also we didn't have a budget at all. We have like 2,500 euros. It's like 2,600 or $2,700, I think.
Oh, wow.
Because we had crowdfunded, but we were a bit more not active as the other people. So we had like 2,500 to use for props. We had a summer house of the actor's family, and first we thought it was very close by because of where it was located. That village name, there are two of them, but only one has an extra D in it. And we thought it was the close one, but it was like the one. It was the 3-hour drive. So we couldn't like do like location visiting, and so
Oh,
it was a bit of thing, but like also good like with a mockumentary, you have to just mostly just don't prep too much, which was actually good because we went there on a Friday. The DOP could get there on the day itself of shooting, so we think okay, now yeah, we're gonna shoot this scene there and this scene there, and we had to figure out a lot of things how we're going to film it on the day itself, and it went quite smoothly. It was like it felt also like a very short vacation. It was really nice. We also quite needed that film because in that like Steel Life stuff that year, that's yeah, really something bad happened in the family. Like yeah, I'm not going into it. Maybe they don't want. But, yeah, no, like it's let's say it was. Death in the Family that hit hard. Like it was unexpected and terrific. So like this film was also a very good thing to have the good distraction and to make something nice in a very very dark year. And so yeah, it's like it's every film has its baggage as for now. Amy and I as well, but that one was more after the film. But like it's hopefully we at one point we get a good year. But no, it was very nice. There was a group of nice people making something, and it was very nice. And then yeah, we had a screening with all the other graduation film in I. It's a very big cinema in the Netherlands, a very big screen. And we won the audience award, and then we got a check to spend on a camera rental agency. But actually we had to use last year, but we could also still use this year. I hope still now because it's already so much months into the new year. So I hope they're a bit chill with that. But overall, yeah, with that film, the festival circuit is not really great. It's been very. I thought with this film I would get into some more film festivals than now, but I got another rejection in now. So I know I have 10 selections and
Really?
87 rejection. Yeah, it gets rejected even at film festivals that selected my previous films, and it's I really hope they you can expect because it's like now you don't get expected other film festivals keep selecting your films just because they selected your previous film. But some still did. I'm going to London in early May, going to the Black Sunday Film Festival, and they screened on air, and I'm gonna go there. And I also meet another director there who I met at Imagine. His name is David York. He's also a very talented horror filmmaker. Look him up on Instagram, and he's a very cool guy, also a very nice guy. So if you want to have maybe he can send some work, but it's and overall with other film festivals, I was really bummed out how it goes. I thought certain film festival would select it, but like a mockumentary is maybe a typical thing that really doesn't fit well, and also think it's an audience film. And when jury members watch it and they watch 30 films and they watch this 20 minutes film, let's say I'm really bummed out about it. But you can't really expect everyone going to select the film. But I also must say I'm a very bad at losing. I don't handle rejection well. I noticed. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. But I'm really appreciated. It got into other film festivals. It got selected to a film festival in the Horrific Hope Film Festival, and in Mexico now in a comedic festival. So I have to appreciate it. That got an audience, but not the big one. As I was maybe spoiled by the previous films, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing with this, was I felt like I was in the middle of, a cult movie with, like a folk horror type situation. But then there was also this kind of feeling of like being in an episode of The Office. And there was some tongue in cheek, kind of comedic moments with it. And even like the twist at the end where you're like, okay, is this going to kind of develop into like a Jim Jones type thing? And then you're like, oh shit, that turned out a little bit different than what I thought it would. And it was just, I mean, it was great, like I've been telling like friends about this too, and like I mentioned, word of mouth, that's kind of one of those things where even Amy and I, that was how I saw, I think somebody on here on Instagram, had reviewed or posted up, like a blurb about the short and about the film. And I was like, well, okay, I'll check this out. And dude, I'm loving, all this stuff. I mean, as far as, personal, like cult, horror movies that you've loved or folk horror, what comes to mind for maybe like a cult horror film that's a favorite of yours?
So many, it's like Evil Dead is one of them. It's like it's a movie I did saw quite late in life. I don't know if that qualifies as of the question, but I saw I saw There's another film. I also like really weird films. Like it's a. I don't know if have you heard of the film The Greasy Strangler?
Yes, yes.
Got two t-shirts of the film. My God, and it's like it's so bizarre and so like yeah. There's one scene in it which I think is great. Like those are the movies like Psycho Gorman or Psycho yeah.
Oh, brother, tell me about it. Love it.
Uh, yeah, and one thing I got one movie in my collection. I did like I watched it once, but I only got it because for a weird sort like my nephew of mine he played in a kids movie back in '82, and for some reason on his IMDb page it was another movie added a movie at '86 called Strikers War. And it's like why who added like who edited you because he is not like the one who's busy with that. He acted once and then someone else edited him on IMDb back then, and I found like another like it has another title. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Like so like it's
Phone call
called
coming.
it's like thou shall not shoot or thou shall not kill something. It is like a very like a B horror film, but then someone who comes back to town, and then some members are terrorizing town. He's going to
Yep.
take revenge, but it's a very low budget film. But I found it like it was like Sam Raimi is in it as the bad guy, and
Uh-huh.
it's such a
Yep.
weird film. Like, how did someone edit like him into that? But yeah, it's one of those films I'm glad I have. But like, there are so many different films, but comes yeah, like it's too much to call on one day, like Mandy or.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Maniac Cop, Toxic Avenger, and finally the new one get finally released, hopefully as well here. But
Sounds
yeah, there's
like
so
in
many
August,
different
yeah.
films I like. It's not only horror. It's like it's like I also like comedy films or indie films or like it's just not like just pure horror only. It's like I did like as a kid. I tried thought it was fun to see like when you watch in the guide TV guide from which channel like there's a horror
Uh-huh.
and we had a video store here. It's like a Blockbuster, but a Dutch version of it. I thought it was great as a kid to walk to the VHS stand like section of the horror films, and but like we never rented back the horror films. But then I was so much like intrigued by the covers. I love like the cover of like a film called Shocker or
Oh yeah.
Hellraiser. Like I was also very fascinated by it, but also I also like very scared watching those films. But I so like yeah, but it never got the chance like to rent it. But like the first horror film I watched was like when I was 9. I watched It, which wasn't a good idea to watch
Oh.
as a 9-year-old. Yeah, my brother watched it as well, and he was 6. So now we have issues with clowns. But like if you watch it now,
Oh
it's a bit
my.
of silly. I like the same. Well, Chucky, I thought it was very scary, like how he looked, and now it's like I was scared of that. And the other one was like, oh yeah, it was Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 5, I think, the Toy Maker. I saw it like
Okay.
once, and I thought it was very scary. Where have you seen it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like where
100%.
I think it's just like a guy in the car who brings like a very like a caterpillar thing, and then the
Mhm.
thing that just gouges out and then goes through his mouth out like a lot. I was like when I saw that as a kid, I was like ugh,
Gross.
yeah.
Gross.
But like I saw much like weirder films like The Human Centipede, uh, like it's from a Dutch filmmaker. The funny thing is, like the guy who worked in Amy and I, he worked on that film as well. He made like the
Oh really?
yeah he like it was like the actors came from the airport directly to his warehouse, and he had to make all the I say the when you add things to prosthetics
Prosthetics.
for the women,
Okay.
yeah, to like when they have to connect, he made the prosthetics for that. So it was he say yeah, it's a very weird production. I only did the first one, and it was but that was
Wow.
it's fun. But like yeah, it's like that was interesting. I still haven't seen the last one, but and I saw a Serbian film and can
Oh.
recommend. Can recommend. Have you heard of
That's
it?
oh yeah. That's one that I won't watch. I know enough about it and I've read enough
Yeah.
about it where there's just certain things where certain movies, like are you familiar with Salo? 120 Days of Sodom or
Her,
Sodom.
heard from it, but never I saw it. It's no,
At least
but it's like it's probably
that
all
movie,
as well.
yeah. I mean, it kind of falls into that same line, the same category, I guess, where when I was watching that, I was a lot younger, and it was one of those things where you're trying to find the most extreme and scariest, and it has redeeming qualities just because I understand the political stance that it was taking and what it was trying to say. But as far as a movie, I bought it a long time ago off of eBay. You couldn't find it anywhere, and sold it just as quick as I bought it.
Yeah,
But Serbian
you
film,
can't keep it.
I
Maybe
won't
it was
watch.
less of like it was maybe worth more now or not because it's a
It
great
could be.
record.
They have a Criterion edition of it,
Okay.
like like a
So,
Blu-ray. Like Criterion put it out.
okay. If it's
Hmm.
like so if film like you think okay okay and I like I don't know nothing about it, but like if it's really shocking, it's
Oh,
weird that they
it's
like it's
oh it is rough. It's one of the most rough movies. I mean, you have the things that are online and the rotten.coms and with real life
oh
stuff. I don't like any of that shit
Faces of
either. But
Death. Yeah, it's back in the
the
day. You also had
Faces of
like in
Death.
yeah I
Oh
never
yeah.
saw it, but I always held like copies in the rental store like for this is like you always like is this real or not or
Uh,
yeah but
yeah.
like oh and what your ideas of the Terrifier films?
Honestly, I'm gonna feel bad saying this on here, but I've seen all of them in theater, and I've fallen asleep during all three of them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I went back and I saw the third one again. The first two I watched, at home, and I was like, they're okay. The second one, not so much. The third one's probably the most that I would say is like has redeeming qualities where I'm like, okay, like
Yeah,
I can hop onto this one.
I like all of them. The first one was a bit like it was yeah even lower budget and they have to work with less, and then but it was like still like the character itself was very and the kill that is in there is
Sure.
great. And the second one was also I really liked certain parts of it. I liked it as a whole, but like it goes on too long. It's like 2 hours and 2.5 hours. And like
Yeah.
yeah, at this point later, you can trim a lot of scenes. There
Uh,
were some scenes that goes on forever. There's a scene with her and her brother in a room, and then it goes on forever. I think, yeah, I'm zoning out at this point as well. But yeah, the third one is maybe the best, but it's just it's a lot of fun, and
hmm
I know it's
Yeah.
like I have people I have a group of filmmakers who are in the group, and some really like it, and some other people really don't. Like it's yeah, it's not for everyone, I guess. But like I me and like a brother and a friend of ours always going to saw it in the cinema. But the last of the first one we went didn't screen here, but
hmm
then yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's also kind of like good like fun to see that this film got into the like a big cinemas here because it's an independent film and it normally
Yeah.
would never reach this like the cinema here and now it does, so it's
Mhm.
well done that you made so many money. Also like when the third one got released it did better than Beetlejuice at that point
Yeah.
and got so much money based on a very low budget. It's like it's yeah,
It's insane,
finally
and
horror prevails.
that's that's the biggest thing with me was that, supporting. And like I say, I didn't even necessarily want to say that on here because I don't want to say it like it's a dogging thing. I think they're just not necessarily for me. I have fun with, that type of stuff. And, but as a whole, I mean, but the biggest thing for me though was supporting and, for those movies getting the releases that they were getting, especially with the second one, when the second one was coming out and they were having theatrical like all around Michigan, I'm like, sheesh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
but yeah, from
even I
that point,
wasn't
like all
huge
the
into the first
people
one, but
growing up, yeah,
yeah.
people like that's why. Oh, hey, we have to have it in Holland, and it shows in the like was when I was there, it was shown in a theater and it was packed,
Hmm.
and that's like not what you see these days. So like
Yep.
it's oh wow, okay, but like horror also like in this, it's very like people go from who are curious or the people who really support of the genre. Like horror is like it's just like a I don't know if it's like with certain kind of music that there's a very passionate group behind it. Like
Hmm.
it's like with metal or with synthwave. It's like it's like different. Like when you have pop music or very popular films. It's just like yeah, those are there and they're fun. But like for these films, there you feel like there's more like of it. Like sometimes like there was also like a point there were not really great horrors and it was like more like the in the 2000s there were till like the Conjuring and of the Insidious film came out.
Yeah.
Then from there it started to grow again. Like there was more, like it got better. but there were some movies back then. It was just it wasn't really great. It was just like I think I wouldn't give because maybe some people here are very into it, but like there were some certain films I think yeah, this isn't really great. It's so there was a whole period where I think, yeah, they're not really great films out there, or even I didn't like it, and then slowly it got more quality. And it's also like certain
Yeah.
films, like I like watch like the films from Ty West.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I
Love
like
stuff.
I started to watch a film bought on Amazon, and it was called The Innkeeper, I think. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yep. One of his earlier
and
ones.
it got not really great reviews. It got very like and when I watched, it's like I really enjoyed it. I can't believe people gave this such a bad rating because
It's
it's like
solid.
this first time. The first time it's a bit campy. I really like the characters here because that was mostly my issue. Like a lot of other horror films, all characters were just all like yeah,
There to
they
get
were just
slaughtered.
I don't yeah, there's cannon fodder or they're just not really likable character, and these were just I like the way they act like people in it. Like it's not just people saying lines. It's just I felt like they're it's just a very people I would like a lot like to follow and not like if other films where it's just I don't care about these people, which I had a lot around. And when I saw this film, like I didn't really like the characters. I didn't even like it wouldn't matter if it's not a horror,
Mhm.
but it's the I thought it was very well done, and also the other film he made, House of the
Did you see The
Devil.
House of the Devil?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, man. I
fantastic.
loved
Yeah,
that
the
movie.
style,
Dude.
everything. It's like it's I think yeah, it's like became also one of my favorite horror directors now. Like I don't like every film exactly the same. Like he made a cult film
The
which I thought was
Sacrament.
like, yeah, it's like for I
Hmm.
think that one was just okay. I thought like, but because there are also like a lot of cult films where someone needs to escape, and then like for like I liked it, but it wasn't like one I going to watch again
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
I like the one with Ethan Hawke, the Western. I think I watched it when I was really tired, so I don't can remember much of it. It's like a I don't know what
Western.
yeah, it was a Western film with Ethan Hawke, and but I yeah see maybe I think I watched it when I was really tired because I can't remember it. And
You said
then he started
it
to
was
work.
Ty West?
Yeah, yeah, he made a Western in the Valley of Violence of the Valley in something in the Valley or something. Yeah,
I don't want to take a fuck. Oh, that's in a valley of violence.
yeah, yeah, that one.
Whoa! I don't even know if I've ever even
Yeah, it's like it's
watched that
real
tonight.
small.
Shit.
Yeah,
I do. I've been. I mean, I just did this little thing, earlier today, posting about this movie called The Thicket. That's on Tubi, and Peter Dinklage is in it.
yeah,
Coincidentally,
I saw the
Mason.
interview as well
Yeah,
with Elliot, I
Elliot
think. Yeah.
Lester. Yeah,
Cool, yeah,
man,
because
that movie is
I knew,
incredible.
yeah, okay, then maybe I have to give it a chance if I get a chance to see it, but we don't have
Awesome.
Tubi here.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I know it's on video on demand, like for rental, like Amazon Prime and such. I know it's
okay,
on those too.
I have a look, but I did see the film Blitz that he directed, I think with Jason
Oh yeah,
Statham, and Betty Constantine, like, oh, yeah, but yeah, you got some cool people on here, so that's, not because I'm talking about myself, but like more like, you got like directors that did, other people, actors as well. Like did see the one with the Japanese actor just saw today.
oh yeah.
Like also very enthusiastic. It's okay. It's like I remember like I can see myself in this also talk a lot and they will. It's very enthusiastic. But it was yeah it's
That's
fun. But like
awesome.
also like yeah you have yeah because at first I've heard you was when DJ Konings the
Yeah.
director of Bitter Riva like hey cool I'm gonna watch it like see the watches yeah the so it's yeah, super nice guy. I never met him in live, but like I talked to him also on Instagram because I think yeah he lives in LA and so but yeah I can no sorry. See that's why you have two you think too fast and then you need to slow down. But yeah, I'm now going to work on a film with so I'm going to work on the script now. Hopefully I'll get that script today. but with the writer of Witte Wieven, Mark
Oh,
Nolkemper.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Wow.
So yeah,
Incredible.
so it's a movie that we want to make of the check we won from we had to use last year. So and it would be the idea first was like like a fast thing, fun haha thing, and then slowly it turned out to be a bit bigger. And from a haha thing, it's going to be a bit of a David Lynch like fever dream thingy, but
Oh
not too
yeah.
abstract. But it's fun how I have the mind. So I can tell much about it still, but like it's going to be fun. And I work on because I also have another idea for a film. What we're like when we first met, we were talking about a different film, and it was like a more bigger project. But it has it has to be. It's now still in the works, but pushed. Oh,
Oh.
I bumped my elbow. It's
Oh.
pushed a bit later, but I only want to talk about that projects. It's very cool, but like first I want to have something on paper and write it more
Sure.
out before I can tell about it. But yeah, it's um, it's a lot of cool things. But yeah, first also I have a priority to get a job because yeah, you need to pay the bills, and hopefully it's a fun job. But yeah, it's fun to like. I wish in an ideal world you can make any movie you want to make without with like a lot of budgets. With like here's a bag of money, and oh no, we have no like do whatever you want. We have no saying in this, but like it's sadly the. It's the fun world to work in, and even if you don't make money out of it, but like it's yeah, those are actually the best projects, your present projects, which mostly of the time you, if you don't want to make too much concessions, you have to do it on your own. That's what you see with the guys who from the Talk to Me, it's the Rocka
Oh
Brothers,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
for how they
Wow.
made that film, and you see it on their channel. Like they were quite a name on their channel because they have a big channel, but like it's more fighting films. Because I didn't know they made this until after. I was like, oh, they made it, and and how they made it. It's like they pulled back from a studio. They wanted like use some different actors who had no name, so they didn't want to make certain concessions. They want to make it how they want to make it, and then yeah, then it got selected for Sundance, and it got picked up A24, and it did worldwide. It did very well, and it's a very cool film. And so it's that was really like, oh, cool. If you're gonna do it like that, and you say for now, I don't want your bag of money. We want to do it how we want to do it. I don't know if that is exactly how it goes, but that's why I understand from what I've seen there. But like that's where I think if like that's how I want to make a film eventually, a future film, to make how I want to make it, and also it got an audience, but like it's very tough to
Tough
do, and
business.
also I only made like it's Breaking Point. I don't count Breaking Point. I only made 3 films, and I'm 42, so if that's gonna happen, I don't know. But like really realistic, it's very tough to make a feature film and sell it to different countries.
Yeah.
But yeah, like also the Dutch film. Yeah, how say it? The Dutch film world. It's a bit of tough. It's very tough to get through here. Also, like there's only one uh, fund where you can get a lot of money, and then also it's very hard to get to fill seats
Mm.
for Dutch films here, and the most films that are made here um, are actually rom-coms. But I do have to say they're now it's going slowly the better way. It's all also thankful to the Dutch short um, um, film I'm Not a Robot, who won an Oscar.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Uh, now, yeah, if you get a chance to talk to, I don't, she doesn't have social media, but maybe connect to Og Motion Pictures. Og Motion is the producer, and I think I think it's her boyfriend or husband. I don't know,
Oh
but
okay. Oh.
talk to them about it, because they also like doing very Q&As now with the film. But like it's a genre film that got an Oscar, so like it's now also now an opening maybe here. But slowly we take more risks. But there now there's a film from Michiel ten Hoorn coming out. It's a crime fantasy story. It calls Fabula. I don't know, like it's a name, but there's a trailer out, but I don't know if it's got English subtitles. But it looks like it looks great. Like it looks not like your standard Dutch movie. So slowly, um, um, it goes. Yeah, we're going the right direction. I hope that we get more, like, take more chances on doing different films than rom-coms, and that's like, because that was also my question. I did a Q&A before with someone, for like, uh, can you name a Dutch movie? And then mostly it's very quiet. Like, what's your first? Like someone they do say The Vanishing, and
Uh-huh.
not the remake, the horrible remake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it,
I haven't seen the remake.
but
The
you've seen the
original, I think
original
I've seen.
one.
I'm trying to think of maybe not. I'm trying. I am picturing the poster, I guess, is what is coming to mind, but I don't know if I have seen that. That's a Dutch
Okay.
movie?
The Vanishing is a Dutch movie. Yeah, it's the director also did the remake, and he, and against his will, had to change the ending. And he also did another film that, like, got made, like they finished it like a couple of years ago, but it got made, and during the production, it was with River Phoenix, and during that production, River Phoenix passed away. So, and then he moved back to the Netherlands, and there was a lot of thing going on between River Phoenix and the director. And but eventually they got the material of the film, and they made the film. It's got something called the song, yeah, Black Water, or I don't know. That's, I don't know. I haven't seen that film, but
Are
George
we talking the
Slicer.
80s movie?
Hmm? Yeah,
Was this an
I
80s movie?
think the Vanishing original is from '88 or '87 or something, and then the remake was
Oh,
done in
okay.
the '90s.
Okay. Is it Spoorloos?
Oh yeah, Sporlos. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Spoorloos. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know what this is actually.
Oh,
All right.
that's
I'm
that's
gonna add this too.
oh
Shit.
man, dude, that's one of the best Dutch films. But they
Oh
made
yeah. Okay.
like they make the remake is with Kiefer Sutherland, Jeff Bridges, and Sandra Bullock, and it's like the director itself hated to had to change the ending, and go watch it. It's fantastic. They didn't eventually didn't send it in as an Oscar contender because it was shot in France, and they didn't thought it was like real Dutch enough. And I think, I don't know if that was right idea. Like, you have sent this film. It's fantastic, but definitely worth a watch. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Jesus. Well, dude, Bastian, this has been absolutely incredible. I got some movie recommendations to watch tonight. I'm going to be jumping on to. I will have some videos up here in the coming weeks. Talking about your films that you've put out, and more importantly, I appreciate and thank you so much for the time today, man. This has been incredible.
Thanks. I love doing this. I love talking to people about film, and then yeah, great work you do. Like, I haven't seen all the videos yet, but like, I don't know if they're going back to the whole industry, but like
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a lot. Like it, like but I really liked it. It's been fun that you do this and talk to people, and also to get to talk to people who are like, yeah, did already very big stuff. Yeah, which one? I said the I say again, I'm blanked out, but like what the Elliot,
Yeah.
his name,
Buster. Yep.
yeah, and then no, I
It
still I
was
blank out, but I know you talked to some very cool
same
people.
here.
But like, how did you contact with these? You just approached them via Instagram?
Sometimes there's different times I have to go through management. I have to go through agencies, emails. It can get very back and forth. There's other times with phone calls being made. I when I interviewed S. Craig Zahler. I don't know if you're familiar. He did Bone Tomahawk.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't know the name of the Bone Tomahawk. I did, yeah, I did see that film. Like he did with what's another film he did?
Um, he did Brawl in Cell Block 99
Oh,
with
Brawl. Yeah, yeah. I think I saw Brawl. I think,
yeah, and
but I know, yeah,
then Dragged Across
I know.
Concrete.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Cool.
that was, also something that was just email and, through, I had to do like a phone call type thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, any opportunity, honestly, it's always something. I've always loved film. I've always, been a fan, and first and foremost, and being able to have this time with people like yourself, I can't thank it enough, man.
Yeah. No, I've same. Like, it was a bit of just moved in after the rejection job. I was in a bad mood, but like when I got talk about film and filmmaking, it's just it makes me happy, and it's like when I got opportunity to talk about film filmmaking, and it's always I'm always open for that. It's a lot of fun. I did a Q&A with also with via for on the YouTube. I didn't they put it behind the wall there, but it's called Boombastic Media, and they like also had to talk, and eventually I think he put it on YouTube because it was too much. It was too long. We talked for 4 hours. I was like,
Oh man.
the whole recording is for like 4 hours. Like that's like say, yeah, maybe we like at one point you see like this is a good end, and then because who's going to like, yeah, 4 hours is a long time.
People
It's a lot
sit,
of fun.
yeah, I mean, like podcasts can go for, I mean, hours and hours. And people, even
Mm.
myself, there's different times at work where I just have to have some
Yeah.
sort of,
Wow.
background
It's
noise.
Yeah, I see the see. Oh, it's quite. I did. Oh, it's 10. It's quite late already. It's like, oh man. Normally it's like it's an hour, and it's like, oh wow, it's almost 2 hours.
Yeah, no, we've been good. We've been good. No, honestly, like I say, I appreciate it. Anybody that popped in a little bit late, I'll have this on YouTube every Tuesday. I have new episodes. Probably in the next like couple months here, I'll have this one up and I'll promote it. And until then, man, we'll keep in touch, and I can't wait
Yeah,
to see what you have next.
yeah. Look, that's always like fun to do. Like if a good movie, and hey, you should watch this one. And but
Yep,
that's
absolutely.
fun. Thanks for having me. And then I'm going to have dinner, and then
Yeah,
it's also important. Like it's like almost 7 p.m. here, and
yeah.
I have to go to soccer practice later. And so it's later than I thought, but it was all
Well,
worth it. And thank you. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. And I will talk to you next time, I guess. Yeah.
absolutely. We'll talk
Yeah.
soon. All right.
You.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care.
Uh,
He's a lo-fi horror guy. Yeah, he's kind of a guy, but he is so lo-fi a horror guy. Yeah. Lo-fi horror guy has been recorded in front of a live studio audience.